What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy. Go Black to Africa. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you all as you all come in. I tell you all, I am back in Ghana again, left Nigeria. I tell y'all, I like Nigeria. I haven't seen all of it. I was only there for 5 days. I really went to the Igbo land. I was there for like 3 days in Lagos, but I really didn't get around the way I wanted to. But from what I saw, I kind of like it, y'all. I'm telling you, I kind of like it. You know, the Nigerians they're just like almost African Americans, I think. I look at them, listen to them. There is so much similarities with Nigerians and African Americans. Now, there are many tribes that are in Nigeria. You know, you got the Yoruba, you got the Igbo, and you got the Hausa, you got so many tribes that are there and so many different ways and backgrounds and beliefs. But you know, when I was there, and I was especially in Igbo land, I'm gonna put up some of these videos because I'm gonna debunk what many of us have been saying, that the African Jews now are taking on the ways of the Europeans who are there in Israel. And the Igbo people have a rich history that's passed on for thousands of years. And they are going to be showing that they took nothing from the Europeans, yet the Europeans have taken from them. Very interesting. Also had an opportunity to be invited by the king of all the Igbo people and a couple of other officials that were showing me around. Beautiful brothers and sisters that are there. I really enjoy myself. People, heart of gold there in Igbo. I'm gonna tell y'all, we have a strong connection with the Igbo people, Yoruba people, and other tribes that are associated in that same family. But instead of really telling y'all all about the trip to Nigeria, I really want to get on this subject matter at hand, because when I left Nigeria, I left my hotel being taken by an Uber driver, and we engaged in some conversation. And so he was talking to me about how hard it is there in, Nigeria, and it's hard to make money, and, there aren't any jobs. And, every time I hear this, it's just an opportunity to me really to motivate and encourage people. Now, I know that I come from a total different background, total different country, total different opportunities, to if you want to call it that, total different way of life. But I do know that at my 58 years of living here, everything's predicated on you. Everything is on how you think. Everything is what you say. Everything is about your will. Everything is about your drive. Everything is about your go ahead. Everything is about your faith. Everything that if you really take a look at your life, you're the ones who made probably 90% of the decisions. Now, I'm not saying you didn't ask to come into this world. You asked to come into this world. I'm not saying that you might not have been violated or abused. You haven't been brought into a society that's full of maybe corruption and, that is in despair and impoverished and all. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I have found in my own life, it's just amazing. I don't know how to explain it. That as you speak, you paint a picture of your life. And how do these doors or ways to get out of those situations happen? How do you, when you are caught in situations that we don't even think we can get out, somehow the Most High places you in places that rid you of that. This is why I had to really, really overthink, or excuse me, over view my way of seeing when Africans were leaving out of that continent to go to a place that they felt was better. I no longer bet my eye at them. I'm like, I get it, I understand. And this is what Africa taught me. This is what the Most High taught me. This land is not your land, and my land is not their land. It is the Most High's land. And if it takes for us to get into a place that is better and fruitful for us, why not go for it? Because I know that millions of people are desiring to leave out of the country. And I'm going to say this right here. It goes back to the Most High. It goes back to your belief, your faith. If you don't have it, then the man that was in the car, who was the Uber driver, talking with me, taking me to the airport, he was all negative. He was all negative. I talked to the manager at the hotel that I was at. He was just negative. The mindsets that we really curse our own lives. So the brother who's taking me to the airport, he said his brother works over in Cairo, Egypt. And he said, yes, my brother, he works there. He's trying to get me to come over there. And, because he's making more money and this and that. I said, well, hold up. Okay, your brother's making more money. What does your brother do? Now get this, y'all. His brother is a nanny. Now, before y'all shoot me down, I understand there are jobs that you may have to take in order for you to survive. Don't look. I'm not bashing anybody on the jobs they got. Not at all. But when the young man told me this, though, and I'm like, hold up, you're an Uber driver. You can run this car all day, going day long. And I know you make more money than your brother do, don't you? I said, how much your brother make? He said 350,000 naira. And I said, okay, so that's about 350 bucks a month. I said, do you make more than that? He said, well, yes, but brother, my I gotta pay for my gas. I got 3 children and a wife. I got to pay for this, that. And I said, I get it. I understand. Are you doing it though? He was like, yes, I'm doing it, but I have little left. My brother can make money and send back home. I said, I get that. But something hit me, y'all, when I was sitting there, because I got pissed off. Why? He's praising his brother, who I know, I've seen many nannies who gets mistreated. I'm gonna show y'all some videos. I'm gonna show y'all 3 to be fair. Maybe one might be on a good lighted side, one might be on the side of gotten to a place that she's repaying a person back, pissing in their food, and then another one of where being belittled or whatever. I said to the brother, I see, yo, man. So you think your brother is in a good place? You think because money that he's making, he's in a better place because he can make more and send back home, that you think being a nanny, a man watching other people's kid babies, an Arab's baby? Nothing against Arabs. I'm just saying, someone who is opposite of what his so-called culture is. I said, do you know what those nannies go through? I've watched them. Matter of fact, that picture that y'all see on the thumbnail, it's here in Ghana. And I said, oh, what an opportunity is presenting itself for me to talk about this, because we have to understand something. Like, he don't understand what I said. You tell your brother, be truthful. You see, everybody who wants to get to America or go some other country, they always just talk about the money. They don't talk about what they go through to get the money. They don't talk about the suffering. I know I'm gonna probably have to go through 1,000 of these pictures to give you all, because I was in Abu Dhabi, and me and my wife was in the mall, and we saw a couple of nannies, and of course, there again, it's their job. But the lowliness that I see, when I can discern spirits, when you see the lowliness, when you see the lowness, when you see the humiliation, you see, I told that guy, I said, I've seen these children abuse them, kick them, hit them, spit on them, and their parents say nothing, treat them like dogs. And you telling me your brother got it better than you? You telling me a man should be watching another family's children, and you are freaking married and you're with your children? What are you talking about, man? I got pissed off, y'all. Because see, you know what? Most Africans, most men, they let people call them boys. They even refer to themselves boy. Hey boy, boy. When they be in restaurants, calling the other one, boy. Working in the Chinese food restaurants, in the Indian restaurants, even in their own restaurants, boy. And I'm like, boy, this dude is 40 years old, 30 years old, 20 years old, 60, 70 years old. They will refer to them as boys. Right here in Ghana, they still got the name boys quarters. Bell boys. They still they still got it. They still refer to them as boys. And yet this Nigerian brother, bless his heart, that he doesn't even know what he's saying. That he thinks his brother got it better because he's over there making some money that he can send back or save more than he does. But he's with his wife, he's with his children, and he's his own entrepreneur. And you're going to tell me that your brother got it better? That a man, what type of man? I said, to be belittled by children who can treat you any kind of way. The people who, the man and the woman of the house who treat you like dirt. Now, I can't say all. Can't say that. Somebody had said in the chat, even Africans have house boys and nannies and stuff. They do. They do. Like I said again, to reiterate, I'm not knocking necessarily on the fact that this is a job that they're getting hired to work. What I'm saying is that when I see other race of people have it, and then when I know that these videos come out to that of other countries that Africans are going to, and the treatment they endure, it's a hard pill for me to swallow, y'all, when I see these type of things. So let me go ahead and get into this one video. It's just, these are all short videos though of what we see. Now I'm going to start with this family who was saying farewell to their nanny. She's headed back to Africa. Children are crying and they're sad to see her go. Now, I'm thinking this video might be in Dubai, but you know, let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about it. Because on the surface of things, oh yes, you know, the children, oh, they're crying and they miss her. But we gonna talk about what our grandparents and great grandparents had to do and endure, and ancestors. And yeah, let me get ahead and get back over here and try to connect y'all over here. Okay, here we go. All right. So let's just get into this right here. All right. So, this video here, like I said before, and I'm not going to say that every person mistreats their nanny or what have you, but I'm going to say this right here because I came up during the time, 60s, 70s, and you saw on TV the humiliation of how our ancestors were not only slaves, but even from after the slavery, who were working for free, whether it was sharecropping or being nannies and house boys or what have you. And you had on TV, that they were always in the movies, they were portrayed as, that servant, that nanny, that butler, that was a really humiliating jobs that we had to endure. And to be able to anguish or take, be able to take what's put at you was very suffering. Now, the video I just showed you, though, hey, I would not expect anything less than the kids to cry. Because when you're a nanny, you do every freaking thing. I've seen them. They are the mothers. They're the ones who have to clean the kids. They have to dress the kids, take the kids off to school. They're the ones who take them to the malls. Even the teenage kids, kids who are like almost teenagers, they take them to the malls. They supervise them. They wipe their tails as a baby. They feed them. They hold them. The babies don't know. So the babies that you see crying is no different than them seeing that this right here person is who loved me. So it doesn't rock me to, oh, it's so sad that, oh my God, she was, no. Now, even the parents might somehow feel grateful or sad because of the fact of the great job she did. You know what a nanny does? It takes the load off the whole entire husband and wife. While they sashay around and get to live their life and go to their parties and go do whatever they want to do and hang out with the boys, hang out with the girls, and go on their vacations and all that there, the nanny is the one stuck doing everything. The cleaning, the clothes, the ironing, everything. The parents do nothing. Of course they would feel sad for them, and to buy a cake with some candles on it and celebrate one day out of the year as a birthday. Well, God daggone Lee. Well, thank you. But the brother I tried to explain to in the cab, the Uber, taking me to the airport as I was leaving Ghana, he couldn't see it until after I went off. I laid it to him. Not yelling at him, but I'm like, man, come on, man. Come on. You mean to tell me, man, you have an envy of your brother who's a man in Cairo, Egypt, who is watching people's kids? What kind of man is you? You mean to tell me you envy that? That you don't even know what your brother even endures? That the manhood that is in you, that you have to bow down, lay aside your masculine energy to take up the issues of some families' problems, raising other people's children, to be used and talked to, belittled and looked down on? You really envy that? You see, this is our problem today. When are we going to rise up and see who we are? I had a conversation with a young lady today. She said she was 18 years old. Came up to me, brother. I gave her some change and I laid it on her. You 18 and you gonna be 68 out here begging. And I had to lay some words, some powerful words to her. I told her, I said, sister, I used to be here. I did. See, as soon as you start talking about the Most High, people go la 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 la. Well, you can say and do what you want. You can go ahead and take this little money, or you can take this gold nugget I'm giving you, and you can pick it up and run with it. Hey, I truly believe, y'all, without a shadow of a doubt, It is all in how you think and what you say is what paints your future, because your feet only move to what you say. You only have achieved what you have said. Nah, that's too hard. I ain't gonna do that. Oh, I'm gonna go off to college and I'm gonna become this. You did it. Nah, I can't do that. It's hard. You see, when you only look at yourself as average or less than, that's how the life you're gonna live. That was me. You see, I thought I was just good enough to be some daggone house boy. Never did it. Watching you. Well, yes, I did. I used to babysit people's kids, but they were other. When I was a teenager, I think, yeah, I was about almost a teenager, babysit people's kids when I was young, trying to make money, and I knew it was a headache. That was my second job. I almost forgot about that. My dad was in the military, they had friends. They used to call my sister to babysit, and when I saw the money she was bringing in, I was like, whoa. And I was like, whoa, that's a pretty good job. Never thought about doing it until I was asked, because she would be somebody, people would want to go out for the weekend, the couples, whatever. And they call my sister and she's like, all right, I got the job. And I was like, I'll do it, But to me, I learned very early, it ain't in me to be sitting around trying to take care of little ones. When they're not yours. When they're not yours. That's a total different game, y'all. I almost forgot about all the daggone babysitting I used to do. But imagine as a man, and you're in a culture, you can't discipline them other people's children. And them children's going to misbehave. I've seen them kick, spit, hit their nannies. I've seen them. And when we think that, well, I'm going for the money. I get it. Again, I get it. You got to do sometimes what you don't want to do in order to get where you want to do. Sometimes you got to go through some pains. I'm not talking about abuse. I'm talking about some jobs that you just don't like. I'm the first one to scream that. But when this young man is thinking, the Nigerian brother is thinking his brother's got it better because he's watching people's kids. As a grown man, oh, I know that's painful. And you, your own boss, an entrepreneur, that you can build off of this, and you taking care of your family, get out of here with that. Get away from me with that. I don't want to hear that. Let's get to another video right here. Now, I just showed the video of the celebration because the children are crying, and it appears on the surface, oh, of course, she raised them babies. She took care of them, changing diapers, getting up in the middle of the night, getting up in the morning to dress them, take them off to. I've seen them around Africa. I've seen them walk them off to schools. I've seen what they had to endure. I see them in restaurants when the whole family goes out and they have to fix their plate and they got to feed them and they got to get over and handle the other child while the parents just sit back and just enjoy their meal. They got to take them to the restroom. They got to go ahead and change them. They got to do all this stuff. And sometimes, like you saw that family in the video I just showed, what, they have 5 kids? Mamas don't even lift a finger. They don't lift a finger. No, they don't. They don't. Take them. This is what they do. We hired you to be the nanny. It's a hard job. Let's get into this other video. This is what happened. Hold on. I don't know if I want to show that. Hold on a second. Let me see here. Let me see which one. Okay. This is one right here. We're going to get to this one right here. Yeah, because that'll be proper in order. We're going to get to this one right here. A nanny being sharing her mindset of what this joker ain't paid her no money. And let's listen to what she endures. She's packing like, I'm out. This joker ain't paid her in 3 months. They feed her rice. He talking about, she told him it's not the rice. The rice, it's not a rice issue. Rice. Is that all you feed the woman is rice? It's the money issue. Oh, we paid you. Oh, no, you only paid me the first month. Oh, we got proof. Well, no, there's the receipt. That's the first month. For 3 months, he said she been talking about she wants to go to the office. He hasn't even paid her for the 3 months. Mm. He look, this joker wants to go ahead. This joker wants to go ahead and talk about you eat rice and 3 chickens. Do you see what they have to endure? So he wants to ration out some food to her, like she's supposed to have a cup of rice and maybe a piece of chicken. 3 months no pay. I've heard that time and time again, y'all. I've heard that time and time again. I've personally heard, because when I go to them, I go to Dubai, I've been to Abu Dhabi, I've been to Saudi Arabia, I've been to Oman, I've been to Turkey. Look, jokers go without paying you. And then the woman talking about, I want to go to the office. He for the last 3 months, he's been asking, she wants to go back to the office. He hasn't taken her. So there's a lot of bad ones out there. Slavery. Let's show when you get fed up as a nanny what possibly they do. The big payback. Let's look at it. Here's a nanny right here. She's in the kitchen. No volume to it. I'll fast forward a little bit. She's putting the water into the pan. She closes the door. Pulls up the dress, squats down, takes the lead. Now, I'm not, when I said big payback, I'm not necessarily like a payback, but you know, let's see, let's see. She's squatting, she's taking, yeah, the old bathroom. She's pouring it in a container. Now, let me come on back. Now, that video had stopped and all, but maybe somebody needs to get a good old um, big payback, maybe, once the food's done, we gonna pour it in and, give them a little bit of something, right? But what is that though? I mean, when I was in the store today here in Ghana and I took the picture and I said, whoa, here's an opportunity for me to even show that even a brother can be a nanny, or they call them houseboys, and they do whatever it is that the folks want them to. And I tell you, it's a hard pill for me to swallow when I see them in that humiliating position, because I see it in their eyes. I see it in their eyes. And especially when you see the women who are out and the kids are misbehaving, or they hit them or kick them, and it's like they look around and they are like, just know they just have to endure it. It's just like, it's, what was that movie where I think it was like, I can't remember the movie, where they I think it was like Whoopi Goldberg or somebody was like, said to the sister, hold on, stay in there, I'm praying for you, power to the people. Got to do what you got to do, I guess. But yeah, it's heart-wrenching. It's heart-wrenching for me. And I tell you, it just doesn't sit well with me especially when I see Europeans, because I know that many of them, who come into Africa have a superiority complex. Check this out. I was in the cafe today. Sitting down, minding my own business, doing my computer, on my computer. This white guy comes in from the other, well, I think he was Lebanese. This first guy was Lebanese. He come in they were sitting outside. I was sitting inside. And he just is upset. He's like, I ordered this and blah, 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 blah. And he shook his head and went back out. At first I was like, hey, I guess they didn't get his order right. Sure enough, he and another guy, which was a white guy, comes back in about 20 minutes later from outside. They're leaving. The white guy walks up to the guy, and all I hear him say is, the next time you see my face. I couldn't hear what he said after that. So they left, and he nosy me because, I mean, if I feel like somebody's being abused, I mean, I'm going to speak out, because the fact that many of them are just trying to keep their jobs. They're just trying to survive. And I figure I'll be the voice for my brothers and sisters. And I've done it many a time. I've corrected many people. So I said, man, yo, what did the guy say? He said something about when next time you remember my face. He said, the next time when I see his face, I should automatically know that he wants his tea with lemon, ginger, and something else that he wanted, and a certain type of tea that he wants. And I was like, you serve thousands of people all day long, and you gonna remember that. But I guarantee you probably will. But it's sad that you have this superiority mindset that you just think that I'm not saying everybody, but there are those who would try to treat people any kind of way. And it's ridiculous. And it just pisses me off, y'all. It pisses me off. So let me say this right here. Many of us can't understand how or why we are in the position that we are in. And I'm going to just share with you all, because I know we are out of balance, out of line of how creation is. We are the people who were the first to be the example of the rest of the world. And how did it flip to us being servants? How it became that we became slaves. And when I get to my video and showing you all that the Igbo people say, when the Europeans try to bring the so-called Bible to them, they knew it. They said, this is our story. We know our story in the Old Testament. I can't wait to show y'all that. They left and they came back with a New Testament, enforcing on them Jesus. But listen to this, y'all. This is Deuteronomy because it's quite interesting when I'm listening to, if you would just only just live right and obey God and not fall into worshiping idols and doing these evil things and wicked things, this is what happened to you if you follow it. But if you don't, these are the things that will fall upon you. Look, you got to understand this, y'all. It's not like there is this so-called man in the sky somewhere looking down, raining, damnation on a people. No, it's a creativity. It's a creative universe that we live in. There are laws that have been already structured and bounded. Anytime you live outside of it, there are things that will happen. Let me give you an example. You live in your city and you just out there doing whatever. You know, and I know there are consequences that happen when you do things. There are things that come back upon you when you do things. And because you do wrong things, you are under an illusion. You're delusional. You can't even see straight. You are only so focused on the evil, the wickedness, or the things that you do to try to get over. You might lie, steal, chill, run a game on a woman, a man. You try to get over or whatever it might be. All these things you will do, but because your mindset becomes so cloudy, you can't even see when an enemy comes. So what happens? He comes with tricks, which my video is going to show when I post the video of the Igbo people. You're going to see this is what they said. Comes with tricks. Because when the enemy, that spirit of the enemy comes, because it knows who and what is. It knows. I'll never forget. I met this guy, right? Tennessee. And, I was out hanging, and all that right there. Met the brother at a bar, cool, what I thought was a cool brother, time or two, would call me up, or I'll call, say, what's up, man, for the weekend, whatever, all right, boom, all right, meet there, watch the football game, whatever, go to this place, whatever it might be, with people hanging out. So I knew this brother for about a year. And in that year, I came back and I left town. I moved out, came back and, no, I didn't. Yes, I did. Came back in town. I still had my place. I had my place. I was renting it out as Airbnb and all right there, downtown Nashville. So I had my spot. I'm there. Call him up, say, yo, what's happening, man? He say, blah, 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 blah. What's going on weekend? Nothing. He said, so anyway, we set something up. So he said, come by my place. All right, cool, no problem. This right here is to show you the test of where you stand. The brother shows up with a white woman. Didn't even tell me he's bringing somebody to my place. This brother brings this white woman into my house. Now, I'm saying that is not the focus. It's the white woman. The focus is that he brought a white woman, unannounced visitor, to my place. This white woman goes in her purse and pulls out cocaine and asks me, do I want a bump? Now, I don't even use drugs, and I said, oh, no, I don't do that. And I'm thinking in my head, what the freak is this dude doing? So I told him, yo, man, I got something I got to do, man. I'll meet you at the place, whatever. Didn't deal with the dude no more. But this is what the Spirit showed me. Sometimes when you are caught up in, going to have a good time, you'll bring in people in your life that just ain't no good for you. And where am I going with this? Because I ain't gonna get off track. What I'm saying, we curse ourselves. We really do. We really curse ourselves. Because we invite people in that has a disdain for you anyway, who won't even respect you. To ask me, do I want to use drugs? You know, I really didn't think about it till some time later that he tried to set me up in a bad way. Because we know people who got, you touch cocaine, many people can't even get that monkey off their back. You know, that's why it's like, you know, not even every brother's out for your best interest or sister. There are those who's caught in their own follies. But thank goodness I was on the road of righteousness. Thank goodness I was aware enough to have the spirit in me to say, no, I don't do that, man. I don't mess with that. Listen to this. So when I'm saying is the Most High, many people understand the what all is entailing the spiritual realm of how we live and what we bring in and what we invite in, which could be a curse to us. Because this is what it says. I'm not going to go through this whole list. Y'all got to do yourselves a favor and read this, because hopefully this will cause some corrections in your life and realize I've been cursing myself this whole time. And all I got to do is follow righteousness, God's commandment. That's it. Commandment is very simple. Love God with all thy heart, thy mind, and soul. What does that do right? What does sin mean? Doing something that takes you off the throne that you're supposed to be on to a lower level. We know drugs don't do nothing good for you. We know alcohol does nothing good. Those take from you. We know out here running women do nothing good. Running men does nothing good for you. It takes and steals from you. It brings you down off of the throne that you're supposed to be on. Lying and cheating and scamming and all of these things, they take out of you. They steal from you. And then what you're left with? Curses. Verily say unto this day that if you so choose to do evil and wickedness, these things will fall upon you. Now listen to some of these right here. The stranger that is within you shall get up above you very high. You know what that stranger is? Who's within you? It's not just outside of you, but also inside of you. That stranger, that evil one, that evil spirit, it reigns in all of us, y'all. I'm just to put it, we're living in flesh. It's in us. You will wake that demon up. Now I'm going on with follow me, y'all. Do you want to continue to be a slave or a servant? Are you ready to rise to the occasion of being back the king or the queens that you're supposed to be on a throne because you're made in the image? Listen to this. The stranger that is within you shall get up above you very high, and you shall come down very low. That your spirit will become so low that the evil spirit will rise up within you and you become delusional. You will live a life of that. This is why it's sad, because even when I was younger, y'all, and I used to be out in the streets, I thought I was doing good. Look, I'm a good person. I don't do nothing wrong. I mean, what? I'm not hurting anybody. And when I'm out there lying and cheating, stealing, I was doing all that. Locked up 3 times, had a baby out of wedlock, sexual diseases, fighting, stealing, all of that. I thought I was a good, and then I kept wondering why I keep staying in trouble. Why does trouble always find me? I was blaming everybody else because I was a servant. I was a houseboy. I was a nanny to the evil spirit that was within me, that was kicking my ass, and I didn't even know it was me. That I was allowing a spirit within me to control me and all this mischief and misbehaving, to where it had a hold on me, that everything was cursed. Listen to this. That stranger that is outside of you, that stranger, those who ain't for you, those who ain't in that inner circle, those who ain't chosen, he shall lend to you, and you shall not lend to him. He shall be the head, and you shall be the tail. Now, y'all tell me the conditions of all black folks all around the world. We don't run nothing, not even in Africa. Europe's still running Africa. Thank goodness. Shout out to ADDI and the family that are going to Burkina Faso. They have a trip going out there. I wish I could be there because I would be out there showing what Burkina Faso's president and what their government is doing. They have shaken off the fleas of the French, the Europeans, and they said they're going to take control of their own country. Shout out to Niger, who's done the same. Shout out to Mali, who's done the same. Shout out to Chad, who's trying to join the fleet or the group of soldiers to try to secure their own country. They found out that the French were supplying terrorists and then bringing the French in and act like they're fighting against them when they were supplying these people. You see, when you let strangers in, like I let a stranger in my house, and when I ask me, do I want cocaine? They're ready to overtake you. You see, this is what they've done. Because the Africans who sold us, because let's get it straight, y'all. There are tribes of Africans who didn't sell their own people. They went interiorly to go ahead and get those who were strangers in the land. I'm going to be doing more of those talks here because we come from the tribe of Judah. It's all on their old maps. Kingdom of Judah in the region of here, Ghana, in the West Coast. Listen to this. This is how we become servants, houseboys, niggas, nannies. Oh, hold up. Did I show my last video? Yeah, I showed the last one. Because those three that I showed you was one, they celebrate, they're gonna miss their nanny. The second one, them not paying the nanny. And the third one, nanny getting revenge, urinating in the cup, putting it in the jar. But listen to this right here. He shall lend to you, and you shall not lend to him. He shall be the head, and you shall be the tail. You see, when the Most High showed me, when I was doing my businesses, when I started with my businesses, I never went to go get loans. Loans are setups. They're nothing but a net to grab and take when they want you to fail. When I bought my properties, I never went to go get loans. I used my own money. I built it, buying properties. I'm not going to get loans. Why? Because God said, I'm the head, not the tail. I should be lending, not borrowing. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon you, and you shall pursue thee and overtake you until you be destroyed, because you listened not unto the voice of the Lord thy God to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded you. Listen to this. I know people, look, I know why people just don't believe that there's a Most High, because they ain't got the Spirit. I get it. You're deaf. You can't even hear. You've been so clouded now with all the mischief and the evilness and the wickedness that we do, you can't even hear. I couldn't even hear the voice. You know, when you're precious and you're young, you know, you might have been hearing things or saw visions, had dreams and stuff like that. And then the world gets hold of you and all right there. And that voice comes dull. But listen to this right here. Let's continue. And upon the nations you shall find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give you there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. You know, how many of us be like, you tired and sick and tired? When am I going to ever get to a place, man, that I could be free? I guess it's going to look like I'm going to be working all my life. Let me see here. Read that, Deuteronomy 28. Read that, because I'm giving proof. You walk, hey, you walk by it, you'll be blessed. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. And so, family, I just wanted to come and say, there is greatness in us. There's power in us. Remove that crazy thinking. To my seniors, it ain't over, y'all. I got a lot of elderly people who even watch my channel. Many people have given up because they feel like they're aged out. Their bodies have worn down. Their minds have become fragile. Their money is very limited, and many are giving up. I'm saying stay strong. Stay strong to the end of that finish line. There ain't no time for us to quit. And the young ones taking the easy way out. They're going into all of this mess and thinking that they're being blessed. And it's so far from the truth. It's so far from the truth. So I'm saying, brothers and sisters, stay strong. Because you go wrong, I'm telling you, it's going to be a very painful life that you must live. Well, family, that's it for me. Look for my videos I'm going to be putting out. The travels in Igbo land. I got other videos I need to be putting out too. But brothers and sisters out there in Burkina Faso who's going out there, the African diaspora, they are going out there, going to be talking with the president there, getting to some agriculture and some other business ventures and things like that. I'm really excited to hear what they got going. I wish I could attend, but I'm going to try to go there when I get back, because I've wanted to go to Burkina Faso. I hope I can meet the president there, because I would love to shake his hand, and I would love to give him a pat on the back and give him a hug and say, that was a huge, heroic move that you did. And may God walk with you. Walk with the Most High, my brother. Walk with him, and you shall be the example. Africa will be the example of how to rise up out of the grips of the Europeans, out of the Americans, the Russians, the Chinese. Now, some people say, oh my God, they're connected with the Russians. No, what I'm saying, it's a strong move when you got to find yourself a leader. Africa can't fight itself out of a wet paper bag, y'all. Let's just keep it real. They don't have the military. They have no machinery. They have no technology. They are sitting ducks. So you're going to have to go to the Most High. And if Most High say, go and do business with Russia, which there's nothing wrong with trading with Russia and all that right there, because if you do business with people who has a vested interest in your country, they're going to be the ones to fight off the other ones who's come and try to take it. So it is like it is. It's a militant move. This is your man, not your boy. Go black to Africa. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you all. Peace and blessings to those who share the videos, those out there who have shared the kind words out here in the chats, and most importantly, those who have been speaking life and protection over my life as I travel. I'm out.